Hello everyone, I'm Nicholas with Rivet, and today I'm here to share with you how to use OBS with Rivet. So a lot of people have been asking, how do I bring a Rivet feed into my OBS? And that's what this video is here to show. So there's a couple of things that you'll need to know. The first one is the private IP address for the computer that OBS is on. And then the second will be the public IP address for the network that the OBS computer is on. To get these IP addresses, on Mac, all you have to do is you have to click up on the little Apple icon in the top left and go to System Preferences. And then here, if you click on Network, this will bring up the private IP address. So as you can see, mine's right here. This will be blurred out so you don't see it. But this will be the address that you will use if you're using OBS on Mac. Now, if you're using OBS on Windows, there's a different way to find this. First, you'll want to open up your command prompt. And then in the command prompt, you'll want to type in ipconfig and hit enter. This will bring up all of the IP info for this computer. I have two networks on here, but most computers will only have one. So it'll be this IPv4 address. This is the IP address that you will need to type into OBS. And the other thing that you'll need is the public IP address for the computer that OBS will be on. And so how you find this is you simply can Google what's my IP. Then if you hit enter, and then this right here, this is your public IP address. This is what you will use for Rivet. So now that we have that info, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the Rivet Dashboard so I can make a new stream. I already have a couple here, so I'm going to click on Create Stream, and then I'm going to get rid of that program feed, and I'm going to put in that public IP address that we just found. And then also, I already know what port I have forwarded, so I'm going to go ahead and put that port in right there. Now I can adjust all my other Rivet settings. I can change my resolution to be what I want. I'll change the latency, change the bit rate. I think all these settings are good. I just need to name this Rivet OBS. And then I'm going to enable telemetry and create stream. So now that I have this Rivet stream here, I can go ahead and set up OBS to bring in the Rivet feed. Alright, so I'm back here on the computer that I'll be using OBS with. So I'm going to go ahead and open OBS Studio. And here I don't have any sources yet, so I'm going to click on this plus button. And I'm going to add a media source. We'll name this Rivet. So now that we're at this window, I will be unchecking the local file. And now we're good to go. So now I just need to put in this input box. I will need to use the private IP for this computer, so it's the SRT. Then the IP address for this. And then also I will need the port for this computer as well. We will then add a question mark, and this we will want to be listening on this computer, so we'll set this mode to equal listener. And then for the input format, all we have to do is MPEGTS, and we will then click OK to allow access. Alright, so now we are going to go start the Rivet stream, and then by the time we check back, we should see the stream in here. Alright, so now we're back on the computer that we'll be using Rivet from. So I already copied the Rivet ID, and I'm just going to paste that in and click Get Started. And for video source, I'm just going to instead use a NDI stream that we have on our network. The resolution looks good. If I look at the settings, everything looks right as to how I set it. Then I will click the Start Broadcast. And then right now you see it is currently going out successfully. Now I just have to check back on OBS for that to get the stream. And here we are back in OBS. As you can see, it's getting the Rivet stream that we're sending. And it's looking good. We're getting audio, we're getting video, everything looks fantastic. Thank you all for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments for us. And thanks for watching and happy broadcasting.